All right, man. TBZ between two monster players. I'm pretty excited.
That's pretty funny. As soon as you opened up betting, Bergtas was like Pinecone.
Damn. Yeah, that's
Fucking
some faith there
200
for your
down
boy, dude. Yeah.
on the spot, dude. Carter coming out, letting us know that he is rooting for MK. We already casted one game from MK earlier, and he definitely looked like he was playing well tonight. We haven't seen anything from Pinecone, but clearly he's made it into the semis, so he's got to be feeling pretty well too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We also got a donation the second this game started. Mr. Snoop Dogg ringing us in to this first semifinals. $1 donation coming in from Nicholas Worm. I believe it had a message, but I can't check it just now. I'll come back to that after the game. So, let's jump into this. Our player from Confed in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Previous Nydus winner, by the way. Our orange Zerg and sponsor. It is Pinecone.
And his opponent, also a regular Nydus player, the purple. I think that's purple. I don't know. This map is so blue.
Yeah,
the
we're
purple Terran. Okay, right on. It is MarauderKing from Clan Just, who rolls deep in these tournaments. Man, they had like three or four people in this one or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to guess as a joke, but holy fuck, I think they really had 4 or 5 people in this tournament. So the guys are extremely active, and they are always out there practicing against each other too. So they all are really good, I think, because of that. Like, there's got to be a correlation there, right? Like, they're always clan practicing, and it shows. The dudes are monsters. But we got nothing but love for... I don't know. I have no favorite here. On one side, we have MK from Clan Just, and then on the other side, we have our sponsor. I guess in the interest of getting paid in the future, I want... No, I'm just fucking around. Nah. Sure, I got no bias, dude. This is going to be a dumbass series.
And the other thing that's cool, too, is that Pinecone recently got, picked up by Confed. So Confed is also a clan that, has been super supportive. I think they played in... If not, they have been played in the most clan wars for the Nydus. But they've been a huge supporter, too. So both these clans, I mean, nothing but love for both of them. And both these players, too, for their support for the Nydus.
Yep. And I just wanted to check in on Sheila real quick, as we do here on the Nydus before things get going. But let's stop fucking around and point out a few important things here. First of all, Pinecone already took 3 bases, which, while not, extremely rare, is pretty unusual this early on the game, especially in the ZBT. A lot of players waiting a little bit later to get that rolling, but maybe he has a plan up his sleeve. The Reaper coming across for MK here, and it looks like he went with a pretty standard, 2-1-1, or at least the beginnings of, so... I just wanted to get everyone caught up real quick while we're doing our shark watching. Oh, it got scouted, though. He saw the 3rd. No. I mean, I guess it's not extremely early, but that's kind of early.
Yeah, there's not too much that MarauderKing has in the way of being able to just walk across the map and punish that. So it will come down from Pinecone. The question is whether or not he can hold it and what goes down in the next, 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and it might be too late by the time the delay kicks in, but you guys need to get your bets in if you plan on doing so. Otherwise, the bets are going to close. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about it all game, but you guys might want to jump in on that. This Reaper coming in, getting a full scout off, but getting away with its life. Finding out about the 3rd there was huge, though, so...
Yep, absolutely, man. So, the flip side of it is also true. I mean, as you were saying, it's kind of dangerous, then Terran doesn't have much to punish it. He's also going to know that Zerg isn't going to be sending anything his way.
Yeah, exactly.
Also.
I'd imagine we're about to see some gigantic rounds of SCVs because, as you said, there's not going to be a fat round of Lings with Bane pressure behind it. And, so I get both sides of the coin here for sure. So, And both of these players play at a level where they could capitalize on things like that, too, which I think is important to point out. So.
Absolutely, man. So I was playing team games with Pinecone last night quite a bit, and the dude is an absolute monster on Ling Bane production. So when the time comes and he does want to start building Lings, it can, MarauderKing is definitely going to have to pay attention and keep track of that. He does have these Marines up here. They're going to be able to shoot these Lings away for now, at least.
Yeah, I too was getting carried by Pinecone last night.
I know, right, guys? When I say I was playing with Pinecone, I mean I was getting carried by Pinecone.
Yeah, no, it was pretty fun for sure. But again, no favoritism, dude. I hope MK bops his ass just so we get a game number 3. I'd like to see him get a really early one and then Pinecone have to work for it. Just because he's already won before, you know what I mean? Like he's had his day,
totally. So. The true David versus Goliath.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's had his day and he's the sponsor, so I can't be too biased for him. But MK played that very well. Denying the scout on this map is pretty huge here, and he's got the makings of a 2-1-1 rolling here pretty nicely. It's kind of well timed here. Pinecone's just trying to put on a little bit of fake pressure here. It's not like he's cut drone production, so this is kind of more of just trying to poke in and see what's going on. Oh shit, is he gonna elevator? No, there's no drone. Okay. It's like there's no overlord for this, but
But I like this from MarauderKing, man. He's able to get those supply depots down, wall that off, and wall off this as well. Grabs the double eBay down low. And he's going to be able to, when the time comes, he hasn't taken it, but when the time comes, safely build that third CC up in his main and fly it over. So
before this aggression gets kicking off, I have a weird segue, because I think it'll be a minute. If anyone has any ideas on what we should do as like our point betting system, go ahead and throw them out in chat, because we're taking suggestions for that. I know that's kind of like a weird random thought, but we're trying to figure it out.
That was kind of a weird random thought, but that's okay. I like that.
No, I just knew that he wasn't going to be able to tech into this. It's all walled up, so I just wanted people's opinions. But now he is going to come in here, find out that there is a wall, and be... Oh, he's actually going to try to pressure into this thing. Okay.
So we'll have to see, man. The drop is landed out for MarauderKing. Just 1 second, sorry, I got a PM. If you want to cast it, I got a PM.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. So the drop from MarauderKing is coming in, trying to pressure into this third. There was a couple of lings there to defend it, but they got picked off pretty soon. Now the defense... Yeah, okay, he was forced to withdraw his forces. That's what I think kind of the purpose of that drop was there. And he's able to clean it up and send it packing for now. MarauderKing's just going to unload out here, and I doubt he'll poke back in. Okay, I was going to say, the ball's on this guy. Oh shit, he is. Alright, so he might be able to poke in here to this third and find a little bit of damage now that the lings are all the way across the map. We'll have to figure out if he's able to hold on here. Okay. We're just getting ping-pong units, which is pretty hilarious.
Oh man, those banelings coming in.
Yeah, streaming in and just getting focus fire down. That was very well played from MK there. Oh shit, yeah, I was gonna say he needs to be careful or he's gonna lose all of his units. Pinecone definitely has the amount of links to deal with that, but each time here he withdrew the aggression and stopped Pinecone from jumping in on this wall.
Yep, absolutely, man. It's huge. He's able to, you know, safely take his third up in his main there, get a couple more barracks down for production, all behind, you know, the safety of this wall here. And it looks like his +1 is getting close to being done too. Likely to see a big move out off the back of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have baneling speed coming in here for Pinecone with an insane amount of banelings. 15 were in production there. So he definitely has the resources to deal with this. He just needs to avoid a lot of mine shots and just kind of be careful not to stream in units here, and he should be all right. With that amount of banes, dude. Oh, yeah, here comes bane speed.
MarauderKing's like kind of, you know, found a way to wiggle his way in here, dude. There was a lot of lings streaming across the map that were scouting, but oh man, that Widow Mine does go off, and unfortunately it goes off on some Overlords, so not the best connections there. MarauderKing does pick up and get out though, so
yeah,
no units lost. Nicely done.
Yep. He says, "Rip Pinecone, he just wrecked me with this build." I don't know, man. Pinecone's holding on here. That was looking pretty convincingly cleaned up there. So if you take a look at the worker lead, it's not too crazy here, and he's not going to be able to take his 4th base for quite a while, but I don't think MK gets his 3rd anytime soon either. So I'd say this is, I don't know how to call this, but I'd say Pinecone's doing fine for now.
Yeah, Nikki B. Red saying, I'm not sure why he brings the Cyclone. I wonder why that is too, dude. Maybe it's just a leftover unit. He likes to get one early for holds, and then it's just kind of something that you still have. But I'm not 100% sure. I'd be curious of that as well.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, man, Pinecone's starting to get the mass amount of Ling Bane that he needs to be able to not only hold, but maybe think about start pushing across the map.
Yeah. TPZ is MK's best matchup, the boys from X Just X are saying. We figured they rolled deep. I was wondering where all you guys were. I'm like, normally there'd be about 12 of them in here spamming. So it's pretty interesting that they're not, but there they are. I forget WCS is on and shit. Thank you guys for tuning in during WCS. I love you guys, man.
I know, that is awesome.
Yeah, so Pinecone is getting a pretty ridiculous amount of banes coming in.
I'm not kidding, dude. This guy is like Nesty. He played like this last night when we were playing fucking StarCraft. This guy, literally, dude, he built, like one game, he was so far ahead, and he built so many banelings that he crashed them into my Terran army and then went and crashed them into the enemy team and won the game. Like, the dude, I had a line of tanks, like 6 tanks. The guy just crashed his banelings into all my tanks.
Oh, man.
I know. And then still, I had enough to go across the army and be crashing them into buildings and all sorts of stuff, man.
He's like, no regret, but he built the 3rd. Oh, the Bane's coming in for the Marines. Pretty good splits there from MK, but it was just too much banelings.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to pick up and get out of here. Those were decent splits, but he took a little bit too much damage there. He's going to pick up and fly over, at least try and drop and get some drones here, and he should be able to get, he's going to quickly need to pick up.
Man, Pinecone is just handling this like a beast, dude. MK's all over the place trying to poke in here and find a lot of damage, but unfortunately he's just kind of bleeding out units. in doing so. And sure, he did get down 7 drones, so I think that was pretty important here. But Pinecone is just defending this off rather nicely, dude.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
But I don't think MK's out of it. He's got the upgrades coming in. When that 2-2 kicks in, it's going to be a hell of a different story.
Absolutely, man. So it looks like, from what I can tell, Terran's on 1-1 and Zerg should be on 0-0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
and
yeah.
pretty soon it's going to be 2-2 to 0-0. Like,
oh!
Fucking... Yeah, that was nice.
Huge Widow Mine shot there, dude. That could be a game changer. As we see MarauderKing, yeah, doing fantastic splits there, bringing his units back. And I think he's actually just going to win the back of the... Yeah, man.
What's his name?
Fantastic.
Pinecone or Banana? He just got split. No, I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything better on the spot. But yeah, that was very well played from MK, and he just took game number 1. All right, let me scroll up and figure out what map number 2 will be. Newkirk.
Very well played by MarauderKing, dude. This is the best StarCraft I think we've ever seen him play on the Nydus. We've casted him before. We've casted him in some TVTs. The dude is definitely good. We know he's good. He's just kind of struggled to close out series. He's played somewhat, for lack of a better term, you know, somewhat bland series that didn't really stick out. Yeah. But tonight, he just seems to be on fire, dude. Just fantastic StarCraft.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane, man. That entire game, I was like, oh, Pinecone's looking really, really... Oh, all right. Well, MK's going to win. Like,
yeah,
he just kind of turned the tides there. That was very impressive, dude.
Absolutely. Very well played. And Pinecone finds himself maybe getting knocked out before the finals, dude. He's going to have to figure out a way to come back into this. And to be honest with you, I don't think he did all that much wrong with that game. He had a lot of Lings, a lot of Banes. He just kind of took some weird engagements, and that Widowmine shot, too, was massive.
Yep. They'll get you. Oh, do I know that they will get you, Giggle. I have died to many a Widowmine shot. So, let's get going here to game number 2. Our Zerg player in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, the orange one, coming at us from Confed. Currently down 1 point in this best of 3. It is Pinecone.
And his opponent, the purple Terran, in the bottom right. I was about to say bottom left. From Clan Just, up 1 game in the series and looking to close it out and make it to, I believe, his first finals. It is MarauderKing. Coming down for both players.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that would be his first finals. We know for sure he's hit semis before because the dude's an absolute monster, but I'm not sure if he's ever made it to finals. That's an interesting point. I wish I could remember all 20 weeks of the Nydus, but we put out a lot of tournament. No, I'm just fucking around, but I don't remember all 20, basically, so. Fucking Widowmines wreck good games like that. Yeah, I mean, I have lost a lot of units to Widowmines. I think a lot of good players can kind of negate them, but when you have really rough time controlling your units, it definitely shows. So I think it's just one of those units that can do a lot of damage, man. I mean, each race just tends to have one. You could argue disruptors and stuff, Banes, like, you know, everyone's got a unit that if you don't see coming will just delete your units. So getting into this game, though, we have a pretty early pull, pretty early gas, but it was scouted, so MK might be able to hold on here. But it looks like Pinecone is trying to get in and get some damage done.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, this is going to be extremely aggressive here out of Pinecone. Very well played, though, by MarauderKing, going for the scout. He's going to know exactly what's going on. Second barracks coming down. He's going to wall it off. Do we see the second? Is this? No, this is just going to be things. I was going to say, do we see the...
It's going to be an Obi drop, dude.
Oh, man, and this is dang, too. He's got a hatchery coming down behind it as well, so... It's going to be nobody. Yeah, you're right with that evolution chamber going down.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming, given the way that the double Ovis are pathed in, that it's...
No, you stick to your prediction.
All right, Giggle, then I'm calling it. We got a fucking razzle-dazzle on our hands, and I couldn't be any more happy, to be honest. I'm a little worried... Okay, I was going to say I'm a little worried that he hasn't taken his natural, but there we go. This is looking good, guys.
Looking good indeed, man.
Oh, my God.
MarauderKing may be getting just a little bit too comfortable here as he is going for fairly... Okay, he's got this bunker, so he thinks it's going to be coming from the ramp, but it is not.
Oh, it's going to be coming from the ramp, but that's just a distraction. The main event is going to be all up in the main, dude. I've watched enough... No, I'm just fucking around, dude. So, yeah, I don't know. If he's not careful, though, these 3 Marines are going to bop this OV out of the sky completely full. So, I feel like MK definitely has enough Marines to deal with this. It's all just... Oh, shit, he knew about it.
Oh my God! Very Pinecone is just
no, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, so yeah, really fantastic.
Got him
there. Pinecone, nothing to see here.
Move along.
Oh, and even a Widowmine up at this ramp here. If he's not careful, Pinecone could be in trouble.
Jesus. Well then, That, my friends, is
Well,
how not to. Yeah, like that. That went about as unfortunate as it possibly could have went for our sponsor, Mr. Pinecone. MK played that flawlessly.
absolutely,
That was
man.
insane.
And we see the CC come down. MarauderKing knows he held that. There are more lings coming across from Pinecone, but is it going to be enough? We do see +1 melee coming down, and he's just going to kind of continue for this, man. That's what he's got. It's what he can do.
I like the decision. I was about to question the decision of building the second bunker, but because Pinecone's following through, that actually turned out to be the correct choice. So,
yep. Pinecone, a little bit of indecision coming here, and look at this, MarauderKing. This is just, I mean, he's got small packs of Marines there. I know.
I didn't even see them. They were hidden, dude. How the hell do you hide purple Marines? Jesus.
They're pretty bright, dude.
Yeah,
but yeah, Pinecone, Pinecone's being smart. He's backing up. He didn't lose anything, but he's just not able to find. Like, this response from MarauderKing is perfect. These Widow Mines, the Marines, like, this is just... Pinecone is stretching to find damage, and he's not able to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like he's actually going to fall back. Try to get the roaches out. I'd imagine for the Ravagers, right, which is the correct choice. I think his path right now is to block this natural for as long as humanly possible, get the Ravagers over here, and try to pop the wall. Whether or not that's what happens, will be to be determined. But I think that's his path out of this kind of cluster that he's got himself into. And that's not to take away from MK. MK played that about as flawless as it possibly could have went. So.
Yep. Taking a look back at Pinecone's base, what do we see here? Roach Warren down, but we don't see a move to any sort of third or anything like that. I think he's just kind of panic rush droning. Yeah. He does have his lings out here at the natural. I like this. You still want that map presence and pressure, but you don't want to be, committing to those drops. So he's just leaving those lings there. There is this nice pole Viking coming out of MarauderKing, though, that will pick up these carrier lords.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I forgot about the delay. The shot just went off for the cast. These guys are losing their shit. We're getting a lot of angry emails to David Kim tonight, I think, about the Widow meme, dude. No, I don't know. Each unit has one, as I was saying, so I don't think it's OP at all. Especially if you know they're coming. Like, it's kind of on you to get in there and avoid the shots. So that's why you can send in a couple lings and just trigger them or whatever. Much easier said than done. I get it. I play Zerg too. I'm just saying, so...
You raise a good point, and I think if you ask Pinecone, he'd say the same thing, where he's like, hey, and it's very common for Zerg to get set up, kind of in that natural, and then send one ling up the ramp, or one or two lings, for the Marines that maybe kill that first ling, just to make sure that you bait the Widowmine shot. I think Pinecone got a little overeager there.
Yeah.
So it's less, the Widowmine, it is a very punishing unit, but it's less about the unit and more about Pinecone's how he ran up that ramp and how he, chose to scout up that ramp.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't play at a level to really balance one. I just like to get in on the memes and kind of stir the shit pot because it gets chat active. And that's all we care about. No, I'm just fucking around. I do like this from MK, though. He's coming in here with the drop into the main. Unfortunately, I think it'll be cleaned up pretty quickly because there's a lot of forces back home here to deal with it. Plenty of roaches and lings, but there's not enough queens to snipe that medevac out of the sky like you'd like in a perfect situation. So,
yep.
It will be able to pick off completely loaded up. That's an achievement in Spooky's eyes. No.
So we do see that being shoot away for now. Liberator, a little bit more safe damage going to come out. A couple, or at least one Ravager there for Pinecone. He is making his way to his third. So at least he's got that going for him.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call. And I was wondering if the Viking was going to poke over there and scout it really early. That'd kind of suck. But the Viking kind of stopped his path or whatever. This, though, is a bit unfortunate as the Freedom Zone is now all up in his main. He has enough queens here to deal with it, but it's going to start working on these drones. So far, 4 of them go down, 5 of them before it's all said and done. So that's a pretty good pickup. I'd trade out 5 workers for a single Liberator. Okay, so... Oh, I thought he was going to attack, but he's just trying to posture up this natural.
So Pinecone is actually starting to, get a decent number of units here. One thing that I did see last night while I was playing with him was, he just does a really good job of he has really good macro. When it's time to swarm units, he's not getting supply blocked. And that type of stuff. So he is looking like he's coming back into this game somewhat nicely, but MarauderKing doesn't want to give him any opportunity to do that.
If he holds, he's fine because it's 53 workers, 31 SCVs, but it's a big if because the amount of oh shit, that was actually huge there. Picking up the army before the tank was able to get planted down. He got a lot of units, but unfortunately his bio is just chasing him down. Yeah, the power of stem just kind of prevails there, and MK just starts cleaning up all of these units. And now there's not much really to deal with this. We have a lot of roaches coming out, but they're kind of just getting picked off one by one. Oh god.
Great positioning on that tank there. It's going to be able to hit anything that's coming down the ramp. And while the Marine count has been somewhat chunked away, these Widow Mines are a little bit far back there too. This tank is really just going to be an absolute crucial part of this contain here.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really hard for Pinecone to break out of. He has a bunch of Lings in production, but the problem is that when they're running from that third into the natural, trying to reinforce, they're just getting picked off completely in this little line of fire here. Oh, the mines! Oh, those could have been devastating there, but that was very well played from Pinecone to avoid those shots. He actually gets a medevac too. He's going to get the other one. Holy shit, what a game, man. We promised one hell of a game, and I'd like to think we delivered. This has been a scrapper.
Yep, absolutely, man. Pinecone having to use drones to fight this off, man. He does, you know, have a couple of roaches here. He should be able to push this away, but he's going to lose actually all of this, so yeah.
Damn, man, what a crazy-ass game. It would appear for now that Pinecone has stabilized, or at least with these reinforcements, he should be able to push this back. And now I'm starting to really like his position in this game, given the 20-worker difference. But the parade push has kind of started and is continuing behind this. So, I don't know, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I have to see, man. No third down.
No, yeah.
And I know how that is. That's like my whole life.
No medevacs and he's stimming too, dude. Holy shit, this game is so tense.
Yeah. I think he maybe thought that there was less army than there actually was.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go ahead and take a extended fight with those roaches there. He's gonna be able to traits, you know, somewhat effectively with those.
He's actually starting to get down all these units, and Pinecone is now forced to withdraw and rely on defensive units to kind of come and reinforce this. Holy shit, MK is actually poking in and making the most out of these units, getting in all these overlords, but these Marines will fall. And now Pinecone has the macro advantage. As we kind of hinted on earlier, Pinecone is kind of a macro monster. And even during all this aggression, he still just managed to continue making lurkers. He got the, or workers, not lurkers, Jesus Christ.
Lurker workers.
Yeah, it's lurker workers. Oh man, could you imagine? But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Basically that he's got really good macro, and even behind all this pressure, he's still been able to keep that going, I guess is all I wanted to say. But my big question was, where were the Banes, man?
I know, right? On that same topic, where are the medevacs, man?
Yeah,
MarauderKing, like, you know, he has a good punch in this army, but Stim is truly only effective if you have medevacs in the sky so that you're able to heal up that damage, because otherwise you actually end up kind of, you know, hindering your army quite a lot. I think MarauderKing might be getting a little bit nervous here, and if these Ravagers finish, he could find himself on the tail end of a very hard, you know, army to fight.
Yep, and now unfortunately I believe that's all he wrote for his units, because the Lings are going to be able to wrap around this bio, and the bio will be able to take care of that tank. So this is going to get cleaned up yet again. Oh, as I say that, though, the medevacs joined the fight. And now it's no laughing matter, dude. The bio is so low. Oh, man.
Yeah, Ravagers are not quite tanky enough to be able to take fights against straight-up bio. Roaches are a little bit better. But some sort of buffer here, man. And I think he actually might be in trouble as MarauderKing with just a Marine, and a Marauder is able to push in here. Reinforcing Lings should be able to clean this up for now. But, man, what a scrappy game.
Yeah, like, this is just like, I don't know, man. Between the last series and this one, we've had some pretty good StarCraft tonight, dude. What a fucking tournament.
Yep.
This has been pretty hype, dude. So let's see where people are moving into. Zerg missile attacks level 2 is coming up. Still nothing but Roach is coming out for Pinecone, so I'm waiting to see his tech switch there. I'd like to see Bane's speed come in as well now that he has that as an option. But he's still just macroing away, man. It's pretty interesting how long he's been able to hang in there with just Roaches and Lings, dude. Oh no!
We'll have to see, does he take this fight with Lings? A little bit hesitant there.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to get in here and at least clean up some of these units. The third is down from MarauderKing, so he's able to start, you know, harvesting out of that. And I got to say, man, I really don't know where the game state's at right now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was like he was hesitant there because he thought there was going to be a mine shot that never came, so he pulled back. But in doing so, he lost basically all of his Lings. So that was a bit, you know, a bit of an indecision there that cost him a lot of his army. But I think because of his defensive reinforcements, he'll be able to hold on here. Yep. Yeah, look at this reinforcements. He'll be fine.
So we'll have to see, man. He does have some Raptors coming in. Bile's going down.
Yeah.
Does that base kind of needs to stay up here? I mean, maybe with a cancel, you could just rebuild it. But here comes the big fight. He is going to be able to engage into that tank. It will die fairly quickly. And MK being pushed back, man. Is it going to be enough? That 4CC is down for MK. Unfortunately, it's going to be right in the attack path of Pinecone there. Yeah. But, man, what a scrappy game.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, dude. And I hate to reiterate what you kind of already said, and I hate to speak ill of a player too, but I feel like MK has just put on a lot of unnecessary pressure here and lost a lot of units that he probably could have just held back, made a huge push, and just won the game here. So it's really easy for us to say as observers in this game, but I feel like there were a couple like engagements he took there that he necessarily didn't need to take, I guess is all I'm getting at here. So
yeah, for sure. I think maybe, you know, and this is just an assumption, but I think, you know, the Fog of War is a little bit misleading for MarauderKing, thinking that he probably did a little bit more damage than he had when he was just sitting on 2-base. Pinecone, though, took that 3rd base, and he's the type of player that if you give him some wiggle room in order to build drones, he definitely will take advantage of that. So we do see some chainlings coming across the map. He'll get a bead on the army and exactly what's up.
We promise, guys, we're Marines. No, we promise. No,
I know, right?
I'm just a Marine. Same team. Oh, so all of them.
Hey man, why are you coming out of the Fog of War?
Yeah,
dude?
exactly. All right, so yeah, I guess that was just a scout. Try to poke in here to the 4th and see what he's up against. But yeah, so what do you see as MK's path out of this predicament? And I don't necessarily think he's too far behind. I'm just looking at the supply here and kind of wondering what he needs to do. You think it's tanks and liberators here are his answer?
You know, I'm not 100% sure. This army from Zerg is still, I mean, we do see Hydras being mixed in here.
Medevac.
But it is, like, still a fairly low-tech army. We see that Banes don't have speed. It's mostly Lings, Roaches, and that, you know, Ravagers and stuff like that. Yeah. So he could still fight this with Bio, but, I mean, the more Hydras come out into this army, the harder it's going to be to fight it. So he's going to need to start, you know, either really massing Bio here or get some of those higher-tech units, you know?
Yeah, some siege units is kind of what I was suggesting. Or you're right, just kind of overwhelmed with Bio, too. And it kind of looks like that's what he's doing here, as 10 Marines are being produced at a time here. So it looks like the Bio ball, I guess, will be his favorable trade here. Oh shit, Pinecone's setting up for a real nasty pincher attack here, dude.
You ever had a Pinecone sandwich?
Yeah, because this is about to be one here. Oh, he's sending in the fake changelings here. Try to scout, make sure this is the correct decision. Oh, yeah, he's buttering the bread. He's laying down the salami. Oh, right? Shit.
And then Emerald with a little bit of zest. Bam!
Yeah,
all the same banelings, baby.
Oh shit, unfortunately, MK actually started to stream down those units because baneling speed wasn't finished. Pinecone took a little bit of an unfavorable trade there. I think because of pure macro that we were talking about earlier, he's going to come out on top here, but I feel like that went pretty good there for MK until the end there. And now I believe Pinecone's going to tie things up, but Jesus, what a game, dude. Game! I can't even talk right, guys. I'm all just amping up, but we got a sandwich. I'm full.
Skype called.
What's up? I can hear you. Alright, so GG is called, and Pinecone will take game number 2 off the back of some clinical macro, basically. I don't know any other way to put it, dude. Holy shit.
That was a game.
295 APM. Jesus.
That's a game right there.
Yeah. That was insane, dude. This could have been the finals, and we're still only in the semis. Like, Jesus. Alright, so Cactus Valley.
Cacti Valley. Well played by Pinecone, man. Just fighting. Just continuing to macro, even though he was behind at certain points.
Yeah. Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous, dude. Like, what a game. Alright, so GG's come down all around, and we will come into our tiebreaker, which will be Cactus Valley. Whoever wins this moves on into finals. Let me go ahead and refresh the bracket while these guys are readying up. I hope Radu and Captain Fail already started their game. I hope they're not holding. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, so Cactus Valley will be map number 3.
And that was a crazy engagement.
Yeah, dude, I can't get over that game. Pretty solid. No splits, GG, yeah. Oh, look at the cat. Everyone. GIGGLEBEAR is being replaced. That's what the fuck.
Nap time, dog. Nap time for kitty. No StarCraft.
Alright. Let's jump into this tiebreaker, man. Find out who's moving on to finals. Will it be Pinecone or will it be MK? I couldn't care either way, actually. Like, I'm rooting for both these guys.
Yeah, me too, dude. Obviously, these have been huge supporters of the Nydus.
Yeah.
So either one of them, you know, I gotta say, I'm rooting a little bit more for MarauderKing just because he hasn't had the opportunity to be there before. You know, Pinecone has won, had that sweet taste of, you know, being immortalized on the Nydus.com. I think though it may be MarauderKing's time, man.
Oh, I haven't even touched on that, dude. When you win, you literally get your name put on the interwebs forever. So holy shit, man.
Yeah.
What a prize. That's worth more than the $10. No, I'm just kidding. But check out the Nydus.com if you haven't. That's a good way to sell out that website that Giggle worked so damn hard on. It's a beautiful, beautiful website, in my opinion. But I'm a little biased. Let's jump into this game, though. Our orange Zerg player in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Coming at us from Confed, it is Pinecone.
And his opponent taking a nice game 1, but stumbling a little bit in game 2. Needs to find a way to close this series out. From Clan Just, the Blue Terran, it is MarauderKing.
Jesus, like I don't know if I'm ready for this, man. Like I'm already just in a daze from these past 2 series that we've had. This is crazy, dude. Yeah. The good news is though, no one's doing anything too cheesy or like any proxies or anything. It doesn't look too crazy yet. We have the potential. Okay, this is just a scout. I was like, wait a minute. But I forgot we're on Cactus Valley. So.
My cheese mater's going up. Yeah. We do see double refinery coming out of MarauderKing, though, so this is likely to be some sort of aggression.
Okay. All right, we'll have to see what his path or his weapon of choice is going to be, man. Cyclones are pretty popular around these times. Oh, everyone's loving your cat, by the way, dude.
Yeah, man. That's my cat. OG.
All right.
So, yeah,
the
we'll have
scout
to see.
goes to MK.
I wonder. What is this for? Is this for mech? Is this for Hellions? I don't know. This is kind of crazy, dude. We do see a Reaper come out. It looks like he's in position to take a command center. Or probably this could be for Hellion. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Keep an eye on whether the second factory comes down or not. Yeah. This could just be for a Hellion opener. Well, but it's a little strange that you would take both gases just for the Hellion opener.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask is we've seen MK play a lot of bio, but have you ever seen him go for mech?
No, but that's the thing about the Nydus is you got all these people who are like, well, everybody's seen me play for 4 weeks. Now I got to bust some crazy shit out, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, we saw Carter fucking cheese, dude. Like, there's some crazy
all bets
stuff
are off when
seen.
Carter cheeses. All right, you got me there, Giggle. That's a very, very solid point.
It took me forever to, like, when he cheesed that game to, like, commit to being like, and Carter is cheesing because I was like, wait, what?
Like everything the game was telling you says he was gonna do it, but you still didn't want to say it. Yeah, like it just feels dirty to say that he's even gonna do it. So, all right, so the Reaper comes in here. Pinecone played very well, didn't lose any drones because he was able to build the refinery in the spine. So that was pretty well handled there. The Reaper didn't find any damage, but a scout. But here's the story: you got your second factory, my friend.
Oh shit, man. So I think this is going to be for that Hellion Cyclone opener that was so typical a while ago. I'm not sure. I mean, I never really did this against Zerg. I saw a lot of pros do this, you know, on streams and stuff. I'm not sure if this build... Do you still get hit with this a lot as Zerg?
I don't know. I feel like it's starting to fall back into favor because the 2-on-1's been so popular. People are getting a lot better at defending it, but maybe that's just the level of the ladder I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I feel like every level of the ladder is kind of different in the popular builds or whatever, but I'm starting to see this a bit more.
Yeah, that's fair. It is a very strong build. We don't see any sort of tech lab. It's going to be 2 reactors for the Hellion and the Cyclones. So no blue flame or anything like that coming out. Meanwhile, 2 Hellions and a Reaper going to get to work on this Queen. See what type of damage they can do.
Yep. We got an update on the smaller tournament that's going on tonight, too. If you care about the little tournament known as WCS, I believe. Oh, wait. Well, it's already a spoiler, right? He fucking put it in chat, so I'm not going to spoil it by saying it. But Neeb 2-0'd Pilly Pilly. So.
Pow!
Got him. Pilly Pilly's a monster, though. He's actually appeared on the Nydus multiple times. You could say we're basically best friends. He's a great guy. Always destroyed people. Yeah,
I've never seen Pilly Pilly lose on the Nydus, you know, like, all right. These Lings, though, man, coming around, trying to find the Hellions or at least a good connection on them. Oh, Pinecone just actually going to run right by him.
Oh, Carter smacks away your insult and insults me in the process. Fucking got him, boys.
Oh, fucking sap, dude. I love it.
Oh, shit, man. The inside jokes are flying. All right, so in all seriousness, Pinecone's going to poke in here to the natural, get a lot of workers, force the lift, but now he has to fight his way out of a shitload of Hellions.
Yeah, he almost had really good surrounds there, man. Sometimes like Hellions are definitely a good counter to Lings, but with Lings you can do certain micro tricks to be able to take really good engagements on them actually.
Yeah.
Pinecone is going to get an Overlord on top of all of this, and we'll see exactly what he's going up against if he did not already know. Those factories getting moved and Tech Labs getting put on both of them. So
yeah, and oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I really like the decision from Pinecone to drop the Baneling Nest way earlier this time around. And I get that last game he didn't have the opportunity to really throw it down anytime soon, so I'm not trying to harp on him for it or anything, but I feel like Banes are going to be really, really key here. Oh, shit. Do we have a drop coming down? Oh, no, there's no OV there. Trying to figure out what those Lings are doing over there, dude.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. They're just kind of like, you know, looking for a potential. And they actually will go in now. I like this from Pinecone while the Hellions are out on the map. But he actually may need those as he's trying to...
He needs to reach around, dude.
Oh, God! Move your oh, Jesus, dude! I'm panicked there.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a bit of miss... Oh, God, it's still happening, actually. Okay, I was going to say, get out of there. You got off the creep. You should be fine. There's even 2 drones rolling out about...
And now he actually, because he is off creep, he is able to. Oh Jesus Christ! He's just playing.
Yeah.
With, okay, yeah. Put those Cyclones in front. Hellions will be.
It sucks being the Zerg in this position. Like, do I want to go off creep or not? And then you just get forced to fight on this weird in between line. Jesus.
Yeah, for sure. MarauderKing doing a good job here, but these Lings will actually be able to come in and likely clean this up.
He actually gets it down. All the Lings are completely killed, and now it's just Queens left to deal with this. I think because of the injects, they should be able to work on these. All these units are extremely low health with a bit of single targeting here. Okay. This one drone is a fucking G, dude. Look at this guy. I'm kind of invested.
I know, right?
Please stay alive, man. Oh, he's on the front lines, dude. He's holding it down. Okay, get out of there. Get out of there. You're so young. You still have so much to see. You could be a hatchery later. Okay, there he goes. He's actually going to turn into a spine. So he got out of there. And behind this, Pinecone is forced to withdraw all of his Lings. Right through MK's forces, though. Jesus, this game, dude.
Yeah, man. We'll have to see. More tanks getting moved across the map, and those would be the answer here. But if he doesn't get an opportunity to get to those, because these Queens, you know, I mean, like, the tanks alone aren't going to be able to do it, especially against Mass Ling, you know?
Yeah. And I think the real story here is, again, that micro. 47 drones to 24 SCVs. Pinecone is a macro monster, dude.
Yep.
So he's just playing this like a beast. And sure, he's in a bit of a trouble. Don't get me wrong. 3 tanks knocking on your front door with a couple Cyclones is a rough spot to be as a Zerg player. But he's got double the workers, so... I don't know, man. MK needs to be careful not to overextend here and lose all of his units.
Yeah, absolutely. He could be in a bad way if he does that. So Queens actually will come up now, start to take out the tanks. The tanks will continue to shell on the Queens. Transfuses going down. More units streaming across the map for Terran. But as you said, I mean, this third base is up for Pinecone. He does have saturation at his main and his natural. Tanks are continuously going down. And oh, man, with that last one falling, starting to look kind of sketchy for MarauderKing here, man.
Oof, yeah, as I was saying, like, again, I think this is the second game in the series where we've seen him kind of get a little bit too, like, I don't know, froggy and just kind of march across the map and try to take maybe a couple engagements that he shouldn't necessarily take. But, as you said, man, the Fog of War is a bit deceiving. Maybe sometimes you feel you're up, like, surely I can just win. I have 3 siege tanks, and then you lose all your units. So, I'm not trying to speak ill of him at all. I just feel like those were a couple unnecessary engagements. And then on the other side of the map, Pinecone is just playing like an absolute monster right now, dude. His macro is pretty intense. It's 47 drones to 25 SCVs. That's a big difference, dude.
Like I said, I don't know. I mean, I'm not MarauderKing. I don't know what's going on in his head right now, but I think the nerves might be getting to him a little bit. I mean, he was just playing such fantastic StarCraft that to see him playing, you know, kind of like this is like, well, clearly something changed, you know? He just seemed to have the answer for... I mean, he looked so on point when he had those Widow Mines and Marines there blocking Pinecone's drops, you know? And this game just looks like he's scrambling to try and find damage. Pinecone looks much more comfortable going up to the 4th base, just always having a massive amount of Lings, you know?
It's like when the aquarium hits in the middle of a tournament. No, I'm just fucking around. But yeah, it is kind of like something just happened in the middle of all this. But I don't know. I still think he's playing really, really well. I think he's just maybe, as you said, the nerves are getting to him, and he's just taking maybe a couple unfavorable trades. Again, though, he's coming in for a bit of aggression. I really like this decision. These tanks are going to be planted up here on the high ground, make it really hard for the Lings to get up there. Oh, this is a really good attack from MK. Alright, so the Lings come forward and start working on all these tanks. The ones on the low ground fall rather convincingly, but these 3 up top are just doing work. Oh shit, but now Pinecone has enough Queens and Bios to start working on these. Oh well. Again, though, kind of just what we were talking about. I feel like MK is just throwing in way too much shit. Carter kind of agrees with me in chat that he's playing way too aggressive, and I'd agree. Again, another, you know what I mean? Like, he's just bringing more stuff across the map, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, and he, to be honest with you, he has to. I mean, there's no third base from what I can see down, you know, not looking back in his base. So there is no other, I mean, option. You either, you know, drop the third and you look to macro out, or you try and make this damage work. And it looks like the choice that MarauderKing is making is to, you know, continue the push and try and find the damage. But I agree with both of you guys that I think at a certain point it's probably in your best interest to back up, because Pinecone's army is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, but I agree that the the disadvantage is only growing as well. So I see your side of the point, and I think that's like a good thing to consider as well here. So so it looks like we got an update on the other side of the bracket. Captain Fail moves on, right? So if Pinecone wins this, we got a ZBZ final. All right, so the engagement has begun. MK stimming in, trying to get down all these Ravagers. A couple vials come off and land that tank up on the top, but again, Pinecone just has enough to push this off. He's not going to chase it off creep. Much more patient man than I am.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, another tank coming into position, some Marines coming into position too, but Pinecone's army, good mixture of Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers. Third tank coming in could make this problematic for Pinecone if he doesn't engage this correctly. You know, staying clumped up like this is definitely not how he wants to fight this. He doesn't even actually get the tank there. So really nice from MarauderKing and maximizing his damage.
Yeah, now he's starting to lose all these queens as well. So he has a bit of units, I think, to deal with this, but he's playing very patient and not like diving on this or whatever you want to call it. But this push is only growing stronger, man. These tanks are starting to siege up and get to a point of where they'll start to be a lot more effective here, especially if he can come forward and get one planted on this low ground. I'd really like MK's position, at least on this base. But Pinecone already has a fourth up north running already too, so...
Yeah, if this ever got too hectic, he could just take his drones and transfer them up to that fourth base area. He is going to come in here and try and get some shots off. You know, to be honest with you, I think it may be in Pinecone's best interest, as more units continue to stream in, to actually just do the pull.
Use and the life raft base up there. Yeah,
because
abandoned ship.
I mean, look at how deep those. I mean, that tank line is. Like the Marines aren't the problem. Getting dragged back in the tanks are definitely the problem.
This was fucking slick, dude. Pinecone sent across a huge pack of Lings, maybe 16 Lings, to cut off all the reinforcements, and they pretty much shut down the parade push of Bio behind this. I think that was a very, very important move here from Pinecone. As he no longer...
man, the wraparound with the Lings. Really fantastic play. He's going to be able to get 2 tanks for his troubles. All of his Lings do get cleaned up, but very nice there.
Jesus.
Oh, he's gotta be careful here, though. These 2 tanks are still pretty goddamn strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we said, man, this base is starting to take some losses here now. Liberator joins the fight as well. He has a couple of medevacs to heal this Bio up, and now he's starting to take a little bit of losses on this base. And he has a pack of Lings across the map, maybe to do some counter-aggression, but he only has Roaches to deal with this. No AA, because the Queens have all fallen. Oh, here comes some AA.
A beautiful Ravager field.
Yeah. Alright, so that'll do the trick and should be able to pop out these tanks, and... oh! Alright, so he actually sniped the Freedom Generator out of the sky as well.
Yep, and I don't think MarauderKing... okay, he does know about the 4th, but he's just chilling, dude. This is his tournament life on the line. He doesn't have a third base or anything like that. He's just continuing to stream units across the map. Will he be able to do it? He's running out of steam in both of those bases.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Pinecone trying to come in for the sandwich, man. He's been making sandwiches all night, and it looks like this time won't be any different. He's actually going to punch through the rocks in order to attack here. I think it might have been faster to just walk around, but I think it opens up the ability to build a nice little pinch attack, and actually doesn't bring anything up front. Just goes completely from the back, and he's able to take out all the tanks first. Now there's only 2 more tanks left, and it looks like Pinecone will be able to take in number 3, and GG is called.